Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. Have you ever noticed that every time BTS appears in a single frame, there always seems to be small details that immediately become a topic of discussion? Whether it's an incomplete-looking formation, a simple gesture that feels spontaneous, or even minor things that are actually normal, but in the eyes of fans, they turn into something full of meaning. From here, today we're going to talk about a series of recent moments that have once again sparked a lot of discussion, starting from RM's post, their trip to the United States, to small interactions that once again triggered various interpretations within the fandom. Recently, RM shared photos featuring several BTS members, including Jin, Taehyung, J-Hope, and Jimin. In that documentation, Jungkook and Suga were not seen, most likely due to their individual schedules and separate commitments. In a group as large as BTS, this kind of situation is actually very normal, considering that each member has different activities, schedules, and projects. However, interestingly, some fans once again noticed a recurring pattern, where in several group moments, there always seems to be one or more members missing from the same frame. Interestingly, this is not the first time BTS group photos have appeared incomplete. In several previous occasions, the absence of certain members, including moments when Jimin or Jungkook did not appear in group documentation, has also caught fans' attention. From there, various light discussions and small speculations emerged, although logically this makes more sense when linked to their busy individual schedules that don't always align. However, in a highly active fandom space, small patterns like this often develop into long discussions, even when there is no indication of any special meaning behind them. On the other hand, BTS is also currently in the middle of activities in the United States to continue their scheduled agenda. Since their departure at the airport, various small details have already drawn public attention. One of the most discussed moments was Jimin and Jungkook appearing to wear chrome hearts necklaces with similar cross designs, but in different colors. Jungkook was seen wearing a silver version, while Jimin chose gold. This similarity in design, although simple, immediately sparked various interpretations among fans, from just fashion coordination to assumptions about possible symbolic meanings. If observed more closely, several on-site moments also became topics of discussion. Jungkook was seen slightly opening his jacket while stepping out of a vehicle in front of the media, making the necklace he was wearing more visible. Moments later, he adjusted his jacket again. Simple gestures like this then sparked different interpretations, whether it was just a spontaneous movement or a form of awareness of the cameras constantly following them. In the entertainment world, even the smallest actions often receive more attention than they should. In addition, there was also a light interaction between Jimin and Jungkook that once again caught attention. In one situation, Jungkook appeared to guide or signal Jimin to walk beside him. This simple interaction was then seen by some fans as a form of natural closeness, something unforced and flowing naturally. Many feel that whenever the two appear in the same frame, the atmosphere becomes more relaxed, leading to various emotional interpretations from viewers following their dynamics. However, of course, not all interpretations align in the same direction. As discussions about the Chrome Hearts necklace expanded, some fans tried to bring in alternative perspectives by linking additional accessories that were allegedly worn in a hidden way. There were claims about another feather-shaped necklace associated with certain members. However, so far, these claims do not have consistent visual evidence in available documentation. As a result, many consider these narratives to be speculative and not verifiable. Meanwhile, the focus on the clearly visible Chrome Hearts necklace in official media documentation remains the main and more solid point of discussion. Therefore, most observers tend to view interpretations about additional accessories without strong visual evidence as assumptions that developed within fan discussions rather than something that can be objectively confirmed. Beyond that, public attention was also briefly drawn to a larger issue involving the company that manages BTS. The company's CEO is reportedly facing serious legal issues related to the initial public offering (IPO) process. One of the main concerns involves allegations of lack of transparency in information provided to the public and investors, including possible insider trading, where internal information is suspected to have been used by certain parties for personal gain. In addition, there are also allegations that some investors did not receive equal access to information during the process. If these accusations are proven true, the impact would not only be legal but could also affect the company's reputation in the long term. However, as of now, the legal process is still ongoing and there is no final conclusion that can be used as a reference. Interestingly, every time this issue reappears publicly, the direction of discussion often shifts elsewhere, once again involving Jimin and Jungkook in the form of rumors or additional narratives. Some people see this pattern as a form of distraction, where public attention slowly moves away from the main issue toward more sensational and viral topics. However, there is no concrete evidence linking the legal case directly to the rumors circulating in the fandom. In the K-pop industry in general, rumors about idols' private lives spread very quickly. Social media accelerates this process, where information, whether valid or speculative, can easily grow into large discussions in a short time. A similar thing has also happened to Jimin and Jungkook, who at various times have become the center of multiple interpretations, overanalysis, and long debates among fans. Many of these have no verifiable basis, but still spread widely due to their emotional and attention-grabbing nature. In addition, rumors often emerge alongside major events or when public attention is divided by other issues. This makes discussions even more complex and difficult to bring back to the core topic. Eventually, the public space becomes filled with various theories, interpretations, and conflicting viewpoints. Amid all of this, the latest Run BTS moments once again show a dynamic long familiar to fans: playful chaos, spontaneous interactions, and natural closeness. One of the most talked about moments is when Jungkook suddenly invited Jimin to hold hands, and Jimin responded without hesitation. There was no awkward pause, no exaggerated reaction. Everything happened naturally within the flow of the game. From a social interaction perspective, moments like this are often understood as a form of comfort built over time. There is no formal or forced impression, but rather a pattern of familiarity that has developed between the two. This becomes even more visible in how they are often close to each other in various situations, both during work and in more relaxed moments. Even small details like the difference in hand size while holding hands also become a point of attention, as it creates a visual contrast that adds a softer impression to the interaction. Although simple, moments like this are often among the most memorable for fans. In the end, all of these moments do not stand alone but form part of a continuous pattern of interactions. It is not a single big event that becomes the focus, but rather small consistent patterns appearing across different situations. From there, various interpretations emerge, although not all of them can be objectively confirmed. And maybe that is what makes it interesting. The smallest details can feel significant depending on how they are viewed. Whether it is coincidence, part of normal activity, or simply fan interpretation, it all comes back to how each person reads the moments they see. So, what do you think? Which moment stood out the most today? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next Jikook Moments discussion. See you in the next video.